So I did quite a few videos on this channel that were supposed to make the world end. Like when we rode a mini bike for 20 miles in the mini bike adventure video without an exhaust. Or like the time I ran a mini bike with a 7-foot exhaust and then with a 3-foot intake. And then in another video, I ran a bike with a JB Weld head gasket for 10 miles. Or what about the time I ran a bike on nitro fuel? So for whatever reason, the bikes are still here and they're still running. I'm not saying do this stuff because your bike could blow up or it could be the end of the world. But for me, it's just about having fun. And if a bike blows up, it blows up. So in the pursuit of having fun, I picked up this generic $27 clutch, this 12-tooth 40 chain clutch. And I'm going to test it on the 263 powered GTS bike. So this bike with the NORAM Premier clutch did around 75 or 76 miles an hour with the gearing that's on it now. And this is a mildly built 263. And this 263 is not really that radical. It only has a 308 cam with 1-to-1 ratio rockers. So it's actually a pretty low lift cam for a 263. So with this cam, this engine creates a decent amount of torque. So I think the bike could use maybe a little more gear if I wanted to get a little more top speed out of it. So in the name of having more fun, I figured I'll throw this $27 Amazon clutch on here. So this clutch has one more tooth than the NORAM clutch. So that'll make the gear ratio a little bit more highway geared. So I think it's for every tooth on the clutch with a 40 chain, it's equivalent to subtracting 3 or 4 teeth off of the rear sprocket. So it'll be a little bit more highway geared with this clutch. Let's pull this NORAM clutch off of here. NORAM clutch off, and then the high speed, high power clutch on, which probably will be just as much fun, maybe. Tighten up this chain here, and I added a couple links to the chain so I can move this engine up a little bit, and then maybe it'll get the valve cover off this wheel, or move it up a little bit so it's not running so close. All right, yeah, that looks a lot better. Oh yeah, there's room under there now. Now I don't feel so bad about the tire. So close. All right, there we go. $27 clutch on the 263. Let's see how she holds up. Well, she engages pretty smooth so far. So far, so good. It seems pretty smooth. I'm going to take it down the road here. think it holds the power pretty good. No slipping or anything. Yeah, it seems to run pretty good. Nice smooth engagement. Definitely works a lot better than the other one on the other GTS bike. I mean, then again, the other one was a 35 chain clutch, and it wore the teeth off in one ride. So maybe it was a faulty clutch. Yeah, so far so good. The last time around, it must have got a faulty clutch. There's no way that thing should have broken one ride. Yeah, it looks pretty good. No chatter at all. Nice and smooth. Seems like a pretty good clutch for 27 bucks. Not a bad clutch. Definitely for the price. I mean, now the question is, how long will it last? Even after it's hot, it still has a nice smooth engagement to it. So the bike ran really well with this clutch. I mean, it had nice smooth engagement even after it got hot. So not a bad clutch so far. I mean, Who knows how long it'll last, but it seems like it engages nice and smooth. A lot better than the last cheap clutch that I tried. So I didn't use an expensive disc clutch or a NORAM clutch on the 263 GTS bike, and the world didn't end.